Computational English by Lucian Green Dereconstruction 2 and 4. 11. I prepared to observe the students' right to kings. I did this by observing the philosopher monarch introduce creative philosophy. First, I introduced the philosopher monarch. Second, I observed the philosopher monarch introduce pedagogy. Third, I observed the philosopher monarch introduce creative philosophy. In this way, I prepared to observe the students' right to kings by observing the philosopher monarch introduce creative philosophy. 12. I prepared to watch bliss of life on earth. I did this by observing the philosopher monarch introduce creative philosophy with medicine as a reason. First, I recommended psychiatrists for the students. Second, I recommended the students study a medicine degree. Third, I trained the students to recommend these to other students. In this way, I prepared to watch bliss of life on earth by observing the philosopher monarch introduce creative philosophy with medicine as a reason. 13. I prepared to perform at the concert. I did this by playing the bagpipes. First, I inflated the bag. Second, I placed my fingers on the holes of the chanter. Third, I squeezed the bag to keep a constant supply air to the four reeds. In this way, I prepared to perform at the concert by playing the bagpipes. 14. I prepared to be equitable. I did this by liking you because I shared the apple with you. First, I shared the apple with you. Second, I observed you like me. Third, I liked you. In this way, I prepared to be equitable by liking you because I shared the apple with you. 15. I prepared to earn H1. I did this by demonstrating logical thinking. First, I suggested the proposition B. Second, I suggested the inference B greater than A. Third, I suggested the proposition A. In this way, I prepared to earn H1 by demonstrating logical thinking. 16. I prepared to become a famous computing engineer. I did this by demonstrating perfect programming. First, I wrote down the sets. Second, I wrote down the data contained in each set. Third, I wrote the algorithm traversing the datasets. In this way, I prepared to become a famous computing engineer by demonstrating perfect programming. 17. I prepared to present a program about my thesis. I did this by bracening out 250 bracenings. First, I earned the job of computer science professor. Second, I bracened out 250 bracenings containing the assignment solution. Third, I earned the promotion to emeritus professor. In this way, I prepared to present a program about my thesis by bracening out 250 bracenings. 18. I prepared to determine the original construction. I did this by equating the actual value with the desired value in Dereconstruction. First, I printed the value of the first variable. Second, I assigned the value of the first variable to the second variable. Third, I printed the value of the second variable. In this way, I prepared to determine the original construction by equating the actual value with the desired value in Dereconstruction. 19. I prepared to solve the political problem. I did this by providing running water. First, I built a water tank. Second, I built a pipe from the water tank to the tap. Third, I boiled the water to filter out pathogens in it before using it. In this way, I prepared to solve the political problem by providing running water. 20. I prepared to write that meditation was a mutually exclusive course from pedagogy because the bracenings were implicit. I did this by writing that meditation was constituted because of pedagogy, in a top-down manner. First, I wrote that meditation contained the mantra. Second, I wrote that pedagogy contained bracenings. Third, I wrote that the mantra indicated multiple bracenings. In this way, I prepared to write that meditation was a mutually exclusive course from pedagogy because the reasonings were implicit by writing that meditation was constituted because of pedagogy, in a top-down manner,